Professor Baffour Agyeman-Duah was asked how concerning the toxicity and threats of violence coming from the two major political parties in Ghana was.
You see, she made a point earlier about the winner-takes-all system that we have. For me, I trace all this into that. Yeah. Because it's a winner-takes-all, even if you get 49.5% of the vote, you are completely excluded from governance.
Yeah. He rightly identifies the problem. Our system creates a winner-take-all situation in which there is a grand prize, the power of the presidency, to be won. Once this competition for power exists, it is going to devolve into fierce toxicity and all manner of strategies to try to win it. What is the solution?
We should have a system where there's full participation by all of us at all times.
What he's trying to describe here is a true democracy. Democracy means where all the people can take active part in governance. As opposed to concentrating power in one big office or authority, it is this, creating a powerful office, like that of the president in parliament, similar to that of a king in his court, and creating a competition for this office, which creates the problems we associate with the struggle for power, including toxicity and violence. Democracy solves this problem by diffusing the power instead, that is, spreading the power to everyone in the country. Our problem now, however, is that the meaning of democracy has been changed by authors whom professors like Agyeman-Duah and more learn from. He's learned from the wrong authors that the system we currently have, which rather concentrates power in a few hands, the opposite of democracy, is rather called democracy. So even though he sees the solution to our problem in that we need to diffuse the power of governance to everyone, rather than concentrate it in a few hands, and that is to say that we need a democracy, he doesn't call it that, but rather by another name.
Fully implement the decentralization that the Constitution requires of us.
Wrong. Decentralization should not be confused with democracy. What he and many others now refer to as decentralization is actually not decentralization, but a form of division of governance that can either be a devolution, a paramountcy, or an imperialism. We explain the difference between decentralization and democracy in a separate video. A division of governance, which is what he is actually describing or advocating, does not create diffusion of power and thus does not solve the original problem he himself identified.
Where there's full participation by all of us at all times.
A division of governance does not create diffusion of power. Division of governance, or what we wrongly term decentralization today, only creates a situation whereby you still have a central government in addition to smaller local governments. So, two governments in essence. Again, this does not diffuse power to everyone, which is what he wanted, but rather concentrates power still in a larger central government as well as smaller local governments. And we have seen violence erupt in constituency or district level elections because power still is concentrated at that level in an executive office. Besides, this division of governance, which we erroneously call decentralization, also creates a whole host of other problems we cannot get into in this short video, and is not even sustainable because as long as the country exists, power will always coalesce from smaller local governments into a central authority. That is why we are where we are today with our so-called decentralization, despite our best efforts to increase it over many decades. Then he digresses from the issue of division of governance. which he mistakenly calls decentralization, to another topic by calling in South Africa.
If in fact we were to have a system like South Africa where all parties, by winning a seat or two or wherever, will have some area to control, it will mitigate this aggressiveness on the part of the parties to win by all means.
Wrong. Again, what he is describing now is proportional representation and other ideas such as ranked choice voting, which seek to ensure more representation for smaller parties. Again, this still does not diffuse power to everyone,
Where there's full participation by all of us at all times.
which is the original solution he intended. This proportional representation strategy still retains a fierce competition for power in a country, and with that, many of the problems we associate with the struggle for ultimate power. And we see this in countries like the United Kingdom and South Africa, which he cites as an example.
Research shows there is a rise in political killings during election time, and particularly during local government elections.
In conclusion, he identifies the right problem, and he has a fair idea of the solution or the direction we should be heading, but he still struggles to relay effective solutions. He ends up coming up with ideas that still do not solve the problem he identified, nor actually realize the solution he imagines. This is because, in trying to frame a solution, he is inclined to apply concepts he has also learned in governance. Concepts which, unfortunately, as is common in governance and political theory today, are heavily flawed and self-contradicting. This is why the proper definition of concepts in governance and political theory are extremely important. Without that, they completely warp our ability to design effective systems. His concluding remarks are, however, poignant, which is the fact that
We need to examine and create a better system.
when we eventually find the right ideas, the solutions will have to come from all of us. We, the people, must talk, add our voices, and demand those solutions and changes, because we cannot rely on the politicians to change the systems they benefit from.
If you talk to the politician, they'll tell you, oh, this is good for us. The Constitution has kept us in a peaceful way for all these years, because they know what they enjoy when they go into power.
Simple acts like sharing content like this to help create more awareness among the people, to demand new systems, is everything we need right now. So please like and share this video, discuss it, ask questions, and subscribe to our channel. Support the change you desire in our society in every small way you can. See you in the next one.